Hello. So I decided I was going to start this vlog. I'm gonna call it a vlog. No shame. I'm not even gonna try to hide the fact that this is a vlog. The reason that I'm doing this is because last week, or maybe over the last month, I've been thinking about how hard it is to answer the question, how are you doing? Like, especially with people that you haven't talked to in since March or whatever, when quarantine started, it's so hard to answer how are you doing. Especially if you're, for example, you're walking down the street and then you see somebody that you haven't seen in months, and you don't really talk to them all that much, you're not very close, and they ask you, how have you been doing? And then you're just like, I mean, I don't actually make that face. And so you just default to the whole, oh, things are weird, but I'm hanging in there. And then you just both feel really awkward after that, because you both know that it's more than that, and you both know that you're both going through some sort of suffering, because who isn't? Then you try to do some small talk, and then you realize oh, there's so much crap going on, but you don't want to talk about it because you're uncomfortable, and then you just awkwardly say bye, and then you're like, see ya, but then you're like, wait, am I gonna see them? So yeah, answering that question, how are you doing, has been really hard for me, and really just this whole time is just an entirely new thing to navigate socially. Yeah, I wanted to use this vlog, no, I'm not, air quotes, none of that, vlog, to actually kind of just explain, yeah, how am I doing? And this is really more for me to look back on when I'm 40 and be like, oh my gosh, in 2020 all these things happened. So how am I doing? I'm currently, well, okay, I graduated college 2 months ago. I went to the University of Washington and I did all the college-y things, and then now I'm here. But I'm in the process of moving out of my apartment that I lived in during my senior year of college, and so my room is mostly empty at the moment. But yeah, I'm hoping to move back at the end of the week, and I'm actually going back home to my parents' house, at least until the end of the year, which I'm actually feeling pretty peaceful about, just because even here in the city, it's even when everyone's in quarantine, it still feels like everything moves so fast. Being here in this apartment or being near the university, I'm always feeling like I need to constantly be moving, or this place feels kind of just like a place of transition and constant change, and having to do this to get to the next thing, but not actually having a chance to just sit and be. And so I always feel like I have to be working on something being here in the city. So I think I kind of just need a break. Starting a new job tomorrow, so that's exciting, but also really scary. I'm feeling imposter syndrome really hard right now. Yeah, as if all the ways that I fall short are just gonna be exposed, and then they're saying oh my gosh, you weren't the right one. I know that's not gonna happen, but it's just the nerves that are in my head. But I am really excited. I just want to do the best that I can with this job. They picked me, and I want to show them that they made the right choice by choosing me, and so I really just want to do the best that I can for this place that I'm working at. Yeah, I think the main thing is just transition is really hard. College was, I really loved college. The past 4 years have been so good. I had really good friends, I had a wonderful community, yeah, and I feel like not a lot of people can say that in college. And I had people by me who were pushing me to be a better person, were holding me accountable, and people that I could be comfortable with and be myself with. Genuinely. It's not that going through this transition I'm losing those things, it's just gonna look different, because in college, so this apartment complex, so many of my friends live in it. Like, there's maybe 4 or 5 other apartments that have people that I'm friends with. And so this year, it's not like, it wasn't abnormal to just call up your friend or to literally just knock on their door and be like, hey, can I come over? And they're literally just upstairs, or a 5-minute walk down the street. And so having this convenience of like all my friends live in the same area was really nice, because it's like every night, you know, you're hanging out with someone, or you're going to an event, or you're going to out to eat, or things like that. It was like just this constant like companionship. But now I'm transitioning out of that and moving to adulthood, where it's like, okay, I'm gonna be moving back home. Most of my friends are here in Seattle, and so I'm gonna have to take into account the commute time. I'm gonna have to take into account, like, I might have work the next morning, and so I have to go to bed early. There's so many different things that I have to think about now, and friendship has to be significantly more intentional, especially now, because, like, you can't really see anyone. Throughout this summer, as I was trying to find jobs or find new housing, I was trying so hard to reserve as many of these aspects that I loved in college and keep them in my adult life. So I was really trying so hard to stay around my friends and, you know, just keep things as the same as possible. But now I'm realizing, like, that's not really the reality. But I think with that comes a lot of other doors for more intentional friendship, but also spending more time with family, or having that separation between my home space and work if I have to commute and stuff. So there's pros and cons to this whole thing. But yeah, that's kind of just how I'm feeling right now. It's really tired of this constant moving and changing, and even though the world has been put on pause, it's like my life is still constantly going. Some good things that are happening is I started doing freelance music production. It's been going really well, actually. I'm learning more about, you know, getting clients and doing contracts and having Zoom calls with people across the country, or meeting up with other creative people. I've been getting paid to do this work. I never thought that I would qualify to be paid to make music for people, but yeah, I'm currently working on a soundtrack for a documentary. I just finished a song for a friend's film, doing a few podcast jingles, and then I have a couple of other potential clients for the future. And so I'm learning a lot about, you know, starting a business and really gaining a sense of like confidence and like, this is what I want to do. Like, hopefully, you know, by the time I'm 30, maybe I can do this full time. And I think that was something huge that I learned in college, is this sense of confidence in my desires and not disregarding them just because, like, oh, it's the arts, like, it's not practical, but really listening to them. Because yeah, I created my own major, and that was like a really huge stepping stone for me in terms of, yeah, going and having the ambition and the proactiveness to get what I want. And I think that has really helped to translate to my current situation with my decision to start freelance. Anyway, this is the first episode of this vlog. I don't know how this works. Mainly doing this just to like look back on it, and document how I'm doing and answer the question of how I'm doing. Just, I never know how to answer that. Maybe I just need to be honest with people and tell them I don't know, because I don't know. Yep. Thanks. Is that how people end videos?